Hello and welcome. This should be episode 6 in our Fresh 60 Fresh server. Yesterday we went through a lot. We were able to do a skinning farm. We were able to level our leatherworking up to max. We were able to start getting into the legendaries and just get them leveled and ready to go. We got a lot done yesterday. Right now we're mostly waiting on our rep for the Enlightened to hit Honored. And other than that, it's mostly just the day-to-day routine that we're starting to build. We did craft some beginner level 50 gear to start posting on the auction house. I unfortunately only cancel scanned like twice yesterday, so I don't even know how much, if any, that we've sold. We'll take a look at that in a minute. However, I would like to start this episode with a little bit of a chat before we get going. And that's because I screwed up. I messed up big time. And I'm going to say sorry right now. So how did I mess up? Well, as we've talked about, this is my first time getting into legendaries. I'm into other markets and I make good gold on my main server. We all know this. But I never got into legendaries. I just didn't want to be bothered. It used to be way too expensive to get into and I just didn't care. So, with the changes, with how cheap things are, I decided I wanted to try legendaries myself. That's why I came to this server and started this Fresh 60 Fresh server, right? Well, let me explain. The way I thought it happened was I thought once you got honored with the Enlightened, you were able to get the pattern off of, let's see, maybe I can just go to Regents. Yeah, these right here. You have the Vestige of Origins, which is from Korthia, and the Vestige of the Eternal, which you get from Zereth Mortis. I thought this was gotten at Honored, which is technically true, but I didn't know that there's a little bit of caveat to that there's other things that you have to do, and that's where I messed up. So, what does that mean? Well, the way that it works is that Regent slot that I just showed technically isn't available to you. I can't use this Regent slot to do anything because you have to unlock the slot first. I did not know that. So where do you unlock that slot? Well, that slot gets unlocked after research through this quest chain right here under the Chains of Domination. It's the last sigil. So it's like, okay, so that gets unlocked through the last sigil and you can get the slot opened, and then once you get that slot opened, you can then purchase. As long as you have honored, you will be able to see it from the vendor. I wasn't paying attention that I did not see it even on the vendor for the Enlightened, and I should have paid attention to that. I was just like, where's it at? Whatever, I'll get honored and it'll be here. No, I was dead wrong. So that means we need to complete the last sigil. And you're like, okay, well that's just the next quest chain, right? Sure, but no. Because as you see here, you have to complete your Covenant campaign to continue the Chains of Domination. I have no idea why Blizzard did it this way. It is awful. I don't understand why you can't just get honored and get it from the vendor, essentially like a catch-up mechanic. Why do I have to go back and basically earn the first plus, 2 item level for the legendaries from 9.1 just to be able to do it in 9.2? Anyway, that's frustrating, but unfortunately it is what it is. So what does that mean for us? That means we're going to do our normal daily routine. And then when it comes to like farming or anything, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we have to progress our Night Fae campaign. And that sucks. Honestly, if I knew that I had to do it this way, I probably would have never done the series. But I already made a promise and it's been going well and you guys have been into it. So I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it mostly because I really want to see how much gold we can make from it and if it's worth getting into right now. So if you're thinking about doing this, maybe you hold off, give me a couple days to catch up and start maybe potentially selling legendaries, and then you can make your own, come to your own conclusion on if it's worth it to you. But unfortunately for me, because this is a boost character and I haven't done anything on it, that means I have to go back and fully complete the Night Fae campaign. Once I complete the Night Fae campaign, I can then start the last sigil. When I get to the end of the last sigil for Chains of Domination, that will then open up the Regent slot, and then I should be able to purchase it as long as I have honored from the Enlightened. So my apologies, it did not work the way it's supposed to, but I'm gonna fix it, okay? So with that out of the way, after that, and honestly, I finished yesterday's video and I was kind of depressed because I found my mistake and I was just like, oh god, that's going to add so much time. So I really don't know how much time this is going to add, and you know, I'm going to find out. I'm going to get at it and I'll relay it back to you on how worth it I think it is. But for now, it is what it is, right? I can't change it, so we're going to fix it. So let's just go ahead and start our daily routine. We're going to go ahead and start with our covenant tables. Let's get these going. Oh, look at that for tomorrow. There's like 3 or 4 money ones for tonight, actually. All right, that's done. Let's open this stuff up. We got 1 random purple item. I'm just going to sell this to the vendor. I mean, honestly, we have so much anima. That's also why I kind of decided to start getting equipment, if you didn't notice. And that's just because, like, everything adds up, and that's like 60-something gold, right? It adds up, right? Let's take a look at our mailbox from yesterday. How did we do? Ooh, we have some gold here. Let's go. I have a bunch of expired equipment, which is most of it, to be honest, probably. Looks like, yeah, an awful lot of it did not sell. But we did sell some, right? We did sell some desolate pieces. We have a little bit of stuff in here. We're gaining about 4,500, almost 5,000 gold. Part of that was desolate leather, though, unfortunately. So we didn't actually sell a whole lot of the beginner level 50 gear, but I promise you it does sell. It probably just means that I need to cancel scan more often, specifically on this server. Again, I cancel scanned about an hour after the video. I cancel scanned again one time at prime time, and then I did it a last time before I went to bed. So in reality, I didn't cancel scan a lot. And every time I went back, the same person had undercut me every single time. So they might be just one of those people who just sit on the auction house, which means it's probably going to be a hard market. But that's what we're going to figure out, right? So we need to take a look at what our callings are for today. So we have one that's ending in 2 days and 20 hours, Storming the Maw. I usually never do that one because I hate the Maw. And then this one, which ends in 20 hours, so we need to do it, and that's just 3 quests in Maldraxxus. So that's what we're going to do first. Oh, that's the Maw. So that's what we're going to do first. I'm going to head on out, and typically I would probably go post... Actually, I probably should. I should post these right away, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our handy-dandy leatherworking. I'm going to go to my TSM groups as we discussed yesterday, and I'm going to say restock selected groups. It's going to go through and tell me everything that's worth crafting for a profit. Now, it's telling me that these 235s are worth crafting. I don't believe it, to be honest. Like, who wouldn't just get a 291? I'm not about to tie up the little amount of gold we have into these two just in case they don't sell. So I'm not going to craft either of those two. The last thing it says that we should craft for profit is this piece right here. And all we do is need 1 novice crafter's mark. I probably have enough stuff on me for that right now. Let's go ahead, go back to the crafting list and see. Wherever it's at the top, isn't it? Yeah, novice crafter's mark. Cool. That's easy peasy. I'll just make that one. I'll do craft next. Make that item. We've went ahead and reposted everything on the auction house. I was actually been receiving some issues with TSM on my main server as well, specifically with canceling for whatever reason. So I actually had reinstalled Auctionator, I believe. Yep, Auctionator. And Auctionator works the same general way. I usually use it to sometimes quickly cancel scan very specific items, mostly because you can run an undercut scan and it'll pop up if you've been undercut, and once it's done you can just go through and click like the specific items that you want to cancel if like you don't necessarily want to cancel everything. So like that's what we'll go ahead and do here just to show it, because I'd put these up so it's like, you know, if I wanted these to come down, you know, I can literally just go through and click on the ones like that and not necessarily cancel everything or have to deal with like the long wait time on TSM. So yeah, is what it is. We'll go ahead and repost these, and from here it's time to head out and do our world quests. I had goofed in what is becoming the norm for me. I kind of forgot that because we have to do this quest, I should probably pick up the quest. Get that started. So that one is Feathermoon found. Yeah, that's just okay, perfect. And because it's Tuesday, I also forgot to grab the Anima quest, which is fairly important just because that's 1600 gold. So yeah, kind of want that. So from here, I'm going to head out into Maldraxxus. We're just going to very quickly complete the calling today. It's actually really easy. First of all, I will do this for the 2 arena opponents. That's 500 of the Anima we need. I will head out into drawing out the poison, which is also very, very easy. And the last one I'm going to do is the Pet Charm one because I have it set up right now. So it'll be quick and easy for me, but you can just do a different quest if you don't have that set up. Alright, in Maldraxxus, just doing the world quest to get the Anima. I was asked by a viewer how you get flying in Shadowlands, and I'm just going to answer that real quick. You get flying in Shadowlands by, 1, completing your Night Fae campaign. So if you're following along with what I'm doing, you can technically get that done all at the same time, so that could be helpful for you. But you need to complete your campaign, which requires you to be Renown 44, I believe, minimum. So once you're Renown 44, you can complete the full campaign. You complete the full campaign, and then just like we have to do for the legendary stuff, you have to make it up and through the last sigil of Chains of Domination. Those will give you what you need for Shadowlands, flying specifically. And there's also flying in Zereth Mortis, which requires, yeah, it's a bunch of different achievements that you have to get for Zereth Mortis flying specifically, but it's not too bad. You can just take a look at each one of these and see what you need, you know, just a bunch of treasures, kill some stuff, you know, same old, same old. I'm going to finish these this calling, and then we are going to head out into Zereth Mortis. Picking up the next part of our campaign, and then it is off to Zereth Mortis. Made it to Zereth Mortis, just going to grab our new weekly quest, and it's time to get to work. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3 world quests. Oh, by the way, there is something you can learn here at Exile's Hollow that I think is what opens up 3 world quests rather than 2. So let me go in there and show it to you real quick. Alright, right here. It should be this one right here, I believe. So looking it up to be sure, yes, it is the Catchial Understanding is actually what will also open up a 3rd world quest as I look into it. I didn't see it written here, and I was wondering if I was wrong, but when I just looked it up, that says I'm correct, to where this is what you could research, and once this is done researching, you will then have the ability to do 3 world quests instead of 2. I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm out here doing Zereth Mortis quests, and the quest today is to kill 12 of these, Annelids, I guess? Well, you know, obviously there's other people doing these quests too, so this is a great time to sit around in this area while you're doing this quest, and then if not in general, and farm extra of these, because there's going to be other people killing them, which means you can get a lot of skinning done, right? It's just about using time wisely, so really if there wasn't a whole bunch of quest line I had to do, I would probably just chill here for a bit, and just go around killing some, but also skinning all the ones that other people kill, so I don't, you know, have to take the time to kill them. So just something to keep in mind, using time wisely. Like, look at all these. Free loot, let's go. So I did a little bit in Zereth Mortis. I got killed some rares, killed the world boss. You know, just did random stuff. I got over 50% really fast in the patterns. I don't really need to push it anymore today for a couple reasons. One, our rep is actually really close. We only have 340 more to go. I'll be able to get that done with the world quests alone tomorrow, let alone if I have to finish patterns within patterns, that will very easily get me honored. So I'm not too worried about that. Now, honestly, our biggest worry is making up for the mistake I made, and I now need to go and work on the Night Fae campaign. and that's probably what most of everything else I'm going to do today is going to be about. Is I got to play catch up because I need to get through that Night Fae campaign as soon as possible so that we can actually legitly start, you know, making some good gold, hopefully, right? So what else am I doing? So we still have this Wisp memory. I'm actually just going to use it on this one right here, this level 18 healer thing, put it to 39. It doesn't matter just sending this from 59 to 60. It's not going to make much of any deal. So I will get another follower a little bit higher. Maybe that might allow us to do other missions that we wouldn't normally be able to do. So I spent that there. And other than that, we have both our calling and the 1000 anima quests are both done. So all I really need to do is I'm going to go work, unfortunately, on some Night Fae campaign and see how far we get. My hope is that it's faster than I thought, and maybe if I just spend an hour, maybe 2 or something doing it, that I get really far into it, and that we either finish it today or it's just a little bit of work tomorrow to finish it. Again, I apologize for missing that. I could have sworn you only needed to be honored with the Enlightened. I did not realize that I had to complete this, get through the last sigil, and basically get through Secrets of the First Ones, and be honored to be able to do the 291s. So, anyway, without further ado, I am going to go start my my Covenant campaign. I don't miss the Maw. I'm just saying. I don't miss it. And I won't miss it. I can't wait for Dragonflight. Oh god, I actually have to go into Torghast. Why did I do this to myself? Alright, I made it back. Made it back to the Covenant. There we go. We got Chapter 3 done. Alright, only 6 more chapters to go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn in. Oops, let's grab this. We're going to go ahead and grab, turn in our anima quest, turn in our calling, get that all completed, and then we're going to keep on pushing with that Covenant campaign, unfortunately for me, right? Oops, I didn't open that. There we go. So let's see. If I can click the right button, that'd be sweet. Alright. So after that, let's see what our new gold total is, sitting at 18,000. We're just going to kind of stock up at the moment. We're not going to be gaining a lot per day. I mean, unless, of course, we can get some more cells in terms of the stuff we've posted. But I don't plan on going back and canceling scan right away. I really just want to get more of this Night Fae campaign done so that we can, you know, actually start crafting legendaries tomorrow. So I'm going to keep on trucking. There we are. Chapter 4 is done. We are well on our way. This is not taking as long as I expected, but I don't remember what the last 5 chapters have in store for me, so I'm just going to keep on pushing. The quest chain took me back to Oribos, so I decided now would be obviously a pretty good time to head back to Orgrimmar, post the little bit of stuff I have, as well as run a cancel scan. As you can see, we've basically been undercut on almost everything. So let's go ahead and cancel all this kind of stuff and get everything reposted. Alright, chapter 5 done. Making progress.
You are fortunate to have each other.
Yes. It's kind of sad as I'm going through these quests and I'm out in BFA now. I miss BFA. Right? Shadowlands really has kind of been a dumpster fire, whether it's lore or just the world in general. I mean, you know, as it's always said, the art team does a really good job, and the art in general for the zones are fantastic, but God, Shadowlands hasn't been good, has it? I cannot wait for Dragonflight. I'm absolutely stoked. Probably my all-time favorite character is Alexstrasza. I'm excited to do anything with her, you know. She's kind of my waifu, I guess, if I could pick one. Like, I absolutely love Alexstrasza, so where the hell do I go for this? Oh, probably down here. Anyway, just kind of cool returning to BFA, because I'd much rather be here right now, to be honest. Alright, Chapter 6 is complete. Yeah, awesome. It's not going. It's not too bad. I mean, it has taken me. I don't even know when I started. Maybe 2 hours to get through like 3, 4 chapters. I only have 3 chapters left, and then we only have the last sigil to do. Either I complete this part today and just this part tomorrow. I don't know. We are making legendaries tomorrow. I promised, and we're gonna do that. So anyway, just keeping you up to date. 6 chapters in. It's not too bad. Alright, here we are. Not a lot going with today's video. I didn't want to put out another 40-minute video like yesterday, even though some people actually said they really enjoyed it. It's not typically a great video for views, but as I've already said before, it seems like the people who are watching this are really enjoying it, and you know, taking something in, and really that's why I'm making them, right? Like that's why I would like to make them. I'd like to do something to help other people maybe in a similar situation in terms of being noob at gold making and how to start, you know, and how to really get into it. So I'm glad you guys are getting something out of it. With that said, as I'm looking, I just got through chapter 6 of the Night Fae campaign. I need to do obviously 7, 8, and 9, and then I need to finish the last sigil, and once that is done, that will open up the Regent slot, and then all I have to do is hit Honored with the Enlightened, which again, I'm close enough to where all I have to do is go in there and do like 2 or 3 of the world quests tomorrow, and it'll be done. So there's 100% we hit Honored tomorrow, because even if I had to, patterns within patterns is like 1,000 or something reps. So either way, we're gonna get that done tomorrow, which means I need to get this stuff either today or tomorrow so that we are ready to craft our 291s tomorrow. That is happening. Tune in for that. So, the reason I'm cutting this video here is just given I don't want a super long one. I still need to edit this and get it out to you guys in a reasonable time so that I'm not putting out the video too late. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here, but I may do more Night Fae campaign myself tonight when I get some time, just to get us that much closer to the end goal. And if I do that, I will just let you guys know in tomorrow's video what I did. But other than that, we are that close. We are 1 day away. 4 total chapters that we need to complete, and then we just need to kill, do a couple world quests out in Zereth Mortis, and we will be crafting our already set up 291s. So that is the plan. We're really just holding on to gold at the moment. I don't know how much it's going to take to actually craft a 291, so that's kind of where everything I'm just holding on to right now, holding on to our gold. But my goal is to go through our daily routine as we have been, do a restock, post, see what we got in terms of, cells, get ourselves to the point of crafting 291s, craft them, post them, the whole 9 yards. And then honestly, it's going to be all about how often I cancel scan. Right now, I'm slightly worried on this server as I haven't sold a whole... I mean, I know I'm only selling the Desolate stuff for, this stuff here and this stuff here, making them with the Novice to make them for level 50. I haven't exactly sold very many, and I find that a little weird. I mean, again, let me take a step back. I haven't cancel scanned that much, right? So not cancel scanning that much could be the reason why. But on my main server, I practically sell out of them every single day. So that's a slight worry. Maybe I'm just being, beaten to the punch, like I said, about the cancel scanning. But this is a fresh server. This is only day 6 on the server. Day 7 we'll already be making our 291s and whatnot. So it's not too big of an issue. We're just going to have to give it time. My server, I've been doing it for a long time, and I know what sells, or at least I have a better idea of what sells and what to make and what not to make. This server, everything I'm doing kind of for the first time on this server, and we're gonna have to find our spot. Obviously, the hope is that we can make enough gold and enough progression to where once we learn how to make, a bunch of the better selling legendaries, that all we really got to do is do our daily routine, restock, make sure we cancel scan a few times, and watch our gold grow. throughout the week. That is the goal that we're trying to get to. And we got a little bit more, but we're getting pretty close because tomorrow we will be making 291s. So with that, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for all the love, all the support, the comments, the subs, all of it. It's been awesome. It makes me think that, maybe someday, honestly, it might be a couple years from now, maybe someday I can get to the point where I just make content full time. But we are miles away from that. But you're allowing me to dream. So thank you. I appreciate it. So with that, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know how I could help you. And I will see you in tomorrow's video where we will be making 291s.